All right. Namaste, everyone. Good morning. Sorry for the slight delay because of a technical glitch. I'm just trying to sort that out. And I'm sharing a new link. Right. So I have shared a new link on the current link, which is supposed to work, but then you can never really be sure with Zoom. This has happened to me twice now with the Zoom telecast, broadcast. And well, now that we are here, let's try and make the best of it. I am just going to be sharing some to some other people who were waiting for it to work, and let them also join in. Yes, if I'm just commenting on the existing link as well. If you are waiting. Okay, I see that a lot of you have joined in. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And again, I apologize for the technical glitch. Zoom and I are not the best of friends anymore, I guess. So I'll have to work on it harder. Today's session is about Career Choice Pro, which is an AI career counselor. I want to give you more details about how it works and what are the various aspects around it, how you can make the best use of it. And actually, most importantly, why did we even start this? Why did we even develop something like this? Now, I have been in career consulting officially since 2012, but I had worked on it even before that. So it's been more than 12 years that I have been in career consulting. It is something that is very personal to me because I felt that I had done whatever everyone asked of me to do, and in order to get a good life or a very happy career and so on and so forth. But that never really happened, and it really irritated me a lot that if this is happening to me again and again. It started happening right after 10th, class 10, and then class 12, and then college, and then after college job, and so on. And I wondered, if this is happening to me again and again, that means there are a lot of people out there just like me who also want to know how can they make better career decisions. That was the entire purpose. That was the problem that really attracted me. And in order to solve that, then I left my very nice IT job in an American company, searched for a startup which was working in this, found a funded startup in Gurgaon, worked there for almost a year. Found Dr. Itishri Mishra, who became my first and most important mentor in the psychometric assessment space. And that's when the journey started. Now, once I figured out a lot of things about career consulting, the problem was that my services, and there are a lot of other career consultants whose services are not easily accessible, not easily available. If you live in a big city like Delhi or Bangalore or Bombay, then yes, chances are that you can have good access to a good career consultant who can provide you some guidance. But for most Indian young people, there is hardly any access available. Now, technology really helps in solving this problem. And I would say that the internet penetration and the cheap internet services, which became India what it is today since 2015, I think, that internet allowed a lot of people to share their knowledge with the world, right? Now, that particular knowledge was targeted probably to a certain audience in a certain context. It is very valuable information because it comes from life experience, but it might not be relevant for everyone. So more people started sharing more information. Now, this is good because more people can now understand, okay, these all things happen in a person's career. But then again, what happens after that is the algorithms of YouTube and social media take over, which means something, if a video becomes really popular, then you will watch it, but you will probably not reach the right video or the right content for your own career guidance. So here we are, where physically it's very difficult to access good career counseling in India. And then even using technology, even using YouTube and Instagram and whichever platform you use to access multiple types of media, you see that there is a problem in understanding which content is relevant for you. What is the result? Well, before we reach the result, before we actually, get into that area where we could analyze what is happening, the pandemic happened. And that created a lot of overstimulation. In fact, a lot of overstimulation itself is an understatement. Pandemic just pushed young people into that zone. Every week, I get at least 2 counseling sessions where I have to tell the young person that it is not your responsibility to figure out everything about your life at this particular moment in life. So many of our young people are just, well, they're disillusioned because of the side hustle culture. Oh, you don't know how to make money? I'll tell you how to make money. Schools are not good. Colleges are not good. But being a 15, 16-year-old content creator on YouTube, I will tell you what is good for you. That doesn't work. That is not how life works. And a lot of young people are disillusioned by it and pressured by it and burdened by it. And I think if you are watching this, you probably have heard stories similar to this, which prompted us to start understanding how can we leverage technology to actually create better systems for guidance, rather than letting the young person who has very limited life experience, letting a young person who's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, and asking that person, because they are good at using the mobile phone and internet, asking that person, find the right guidance content for yourself. We are putting that undue pressure on that young person for no reason. The guidance is still not available. So that's when my team and I, we put our heads together. We figured out that can we use AI in order to solve a little bit of this problem? And we understood that large language models can be the key. Now, large language models have been around for a few years now. And essentially, the research started around 3.5 years ago, around this. But essentially, the right iterations, the right form of making this counselor, that process essentially started last year in July. In July, I met a few other people who had similar ideas in their mind, who were like-minded, who wanted to solve this problem. And we came up with a large language model AI bot, which now provides you specific information related to your factual queries about career, about higher education, about upskilling, about scope of careers, remuneration, and for almost every country on the planet. नमस्ते आप सभी का। अब मैं थोड़ा हिंदी में भी जरूर बताऊं, क्योंकि ये इंग्लिश और हिंदी ही 2 ऐसी भाषाएं हैं जिसमें थोड़ा बहुत मेरा कंफर्ट लेवल है। आजकल आप देख रहे हैं बच्चे अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स खुद सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से वो सॉल्व नहीं कर पाते। उनको लगता है क्योंकि मोबाइल चलाना आ गया, इंटरनेट में कुछ सर्च करना आ गया, तो उनको समझ आ जाएगा वो लाइफ में क्या करें। और फिर कुछ बहुत सारे ऐसे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स भी हैं जो कॉन्टेक्स्ट के बिना ये बताए हुए कि ये जो मैं बता रहा हूं आपको, जो मैं ज्ञान देने वाला हूं, ये आपके ऊपर लागू होता है कि नहीं, आपके लिए बेहतर है कि नहीं, आपके लिए ठीक है कि नहीं, वो बताए बिना ऐसा कंटेंट बनाते हैं जिसकी वजह से बच्चे और यंग लोग जितने भी हैं हमारे यंग एडल्ट्स, वो सब और कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं। उनको लगता है हाँ ये तो मेरे लिए बना है, बात तो सही कह रहा है, बात तो सही है, स्कूल का कोई फायदा नहीं, कॉलेज का कोई फायदा नहीं, गाइडेंस क्या लेनी, पेरेंट्स को क्या पता है। और यही सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करने के लिए हमने एक एआई करियर काउंसलर का एक बॉट बनाया है जो लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल्स पर बेस्ड है। मैं सौरभ नंदा हूं। मैं पिछले 12 साल से करियर कंसल्टिंग में हूं, और मुझे एक चीज जो समझ आई थी अपनी इस जर्नी में कि मैं हर किसी बच्चे या हर किसी यंग एडल्ट की तो हेल्प नहीं कर सकता। क्यों? क्योंकि मैं एक ही इंसान हूं। एक इंसान पूरी दुनिया की हेल्प नहीं कर सकता, ना ही हमें ट्राई करना चाहिए। वो एक एक ऐसा इम्प्रैक्टिकल इम्पॉसिबल टास्क है। लेकिन टेक्नोलॉजी के जरिए हम ये जरूर सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। मैं खुद कंप्यूटर साइंस बैकग्राउंड से हूं, कंप्यूटर साइंस इंजीनियरिंग मैंने की है, 2.5 साल एक आईटी कंपनी में काम भी किया है, तो मुझे कुछ कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी तो समझ आती है। अब पैंडेमिक के बाद से एक जो पूरी लहर आई है बच्चों में कि हाँ हमें पता है क्या है, हमें पता है किससे बात करनी है, किससे नहीं बात करनी है, उससे होता क्या है, वो बच्चे एक दूसरे से ही बात करते रह जाते हैं। करीबन हर हफ्ते 2 काउंसलिंग ऐसी आती हैं जहां पर बच्चा डिप्रेशन में है, ओसीडी है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो अपने ऊपर इतना प्रेशर लेके बैठा हुआ है कि मुझे लाइफ में बहुत कुछ करना है, मुझे करोड़पति बनना है, मुझे स्पोर्ट्स कार भी लेनी है, मुझे बंगला भी लेना है, मुझे घर वालों की भी हेल्प करनी है, मुझे उसके लिए भी कुछ करना है, स्कूल नहीं करना। स्कूल तो बेकार है। सो इसी सबको सॉल्व करने के लिए कुछ 3 साढ़े 3 साल से रिसर्च चल रही थी हमारी लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल पे, क्योंकि हमें लग रहा था जेनरेटिव एआई हमें इसमें हेल्प कर सकता है, इसमें मदद कर सकता है। और उसी के मद्देनजर आखिरी 1 साल में पिछले जुलाई से 2022 के जुलाई से हमारी जो कोशिशें हैं वो साकार होने लगी। हमें दिखने लगा कि जो हम बना रहे हैं वो एक्चुअली में सही आंसर करने लग गया। फिर चैट जीपीटी का चलन हुआ। चैट जीपीटी केम इनटू द पिक्चर एंड देन एवरीवन स्टार्टेड यूजिंग इट एंड दे बिकेम यूज्ड टू इट। चैट जीपीटी को यूज तो करना आ गया, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम क्या थी कि चैट जीपीटी आपको इंसान की तरह नहीं समझ सकता था। जहां पर फिर हमने एआई को ट्रेन करना स्टार्ट किया, we understood that chat gpt could not really tell you as a human career counselor would. In fact, one of the reasons why I had left a startup that I had joined in 2012 around psychometric assessments was because after raising some funding, they pivoted on technology. They said, now we are going to use technology to make career counseling available to everyone. And this is 2012. And that is the ideological split that we had. And that is why I left that startup, because I knew career counseling is not meant to be done by technology. करियर काउंसलिंग टेक्नोलॉजी से नहीं हो सकती, लेकिन करियर काउंसलिंग का कौन सा पार्ट है जिसके ऊपर हम काम कर सकते हैं? ये एक अच्छी इंजीनियरिंग प्रॉब्लम है, अच्छी साइकोलॉजी की प्रॉब्लम है जिसको हम सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. We can solve this problem. Now, I'm getting confused by using Hindi and English again and again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first speak in English a little bit. Then I will try and translate most of the content in Hindi as well for the benefit of everyone. Let me share my screen very quickly. And I'm probably going to go into my professorial mode. A lot of people have told me. So please, bear with me. If you have any questions, please put them on the YouTube chat. I will try to look at it again and again to answer your questions. So let me share my screen. Yes. Let me check on YouTube if the screen is visible. Okay. Yes, it is visible. Perfect. All right. Now, if you can see my screen, you will see that I'm using a tablet and a stylus to explain things to you. What exactly is career consulting? Career consulting is helping you make better career decisions. So how do we make career decisions? What goes into career decision making? And I talked about it in my TED talk also. I'll put the link in the description. If you guys are interested, you can go ahead and watch that as well. The first thing is we need to understand how we understand things, how we process information, which helps us in making career decisions. Now, the career decision making model that I have copyrighted recently is called spheres. Okay, just a second. Yeah, it's called spheres of understanding. Now, why do we call it sphere? Sphere is a 3D, geometric shape. So that is why, because you take in information from various sources, sometimes consciously, sometimes subconsciously, and you don't even realize that you're being conditioned in a particular way to make a particular career decision. And I think a lot of practitioners of NLP and so on will also tell you more about it. So the first sphere of understanding, the basic sphere from where we process or get our information, is external knowledge or external information. We as human beings continuously absorb information from our environment. Our minds are made in such a way to absorb information from the environment. When we were trying to exist with nature, we were cavemen and so on, we had these heightened senses. That is why we have those 6 senses which help us tell what is happening in the environment, environmental changes, sound, etc., etc. Slowly, as we move toward, as we evolved, and now we are not really threatened by the natural elements apart from climate change, what we started doing was we started using our mind more as compared to our other senses to absorb more information. And when it comes to, when we talk about career decision making, it's primarily a function of your mind. So you absorb a lot of external information, and you will probably absorb it from news, the internet, relatives, schools, universities, and so on and so forth, right? A lot of information is available to you. Now, the problem is, we feel that if we know enough information, then we are capable of making the right decision. Well, if that were the case, then, and let me just read out a few statistics for you. And if those statistics are not latest, or if it is something that, more updates have been there, please help me improve that information. Around 80% of engineers from India don't work in engineering. Around 35 to 40% science students study economics or BCom or BBA at graduation. Yeah. Close to 60% of architects don't work in architecture. And the list actually keeps going forward. We can also, we did an RTI in 2018 with one of the major law schools. We found out that around 40% of students in that law school were also science students. So technically, people say that, law is not for science students. Actually, it is. But what I'm trying to tell you over here is, and this is a correlation that you have probably observed also, that based on external information, my relative told me something, my uncle told me something, my teacher said this, my senior, my bhaiya, my didi, and so on, they kept on telling me a lot of things, because of which I made a choice for my career. Now, let me share a personal experience with you. Every year I get these counseling clients who come in right when they're in 10th grade, and they ask, what should we do? What subject should we take? And we tell them that this is what is most appropriate for you. You would enjoy this. You would be naturally good at it. You will never feel guilty or pressured or stressed about it. They take the information. Sometimes that information is not what they're looking for. If sometimes, they had in mind that they want to take science for whatever reason, maybe the parents, maybe the student, they had in their mind to take science. And I told them that humanities is a better fit for you. You will naturally be good at it. They essentially end up taking science. Then after struggling all throughout their 11th grade, they will come back to us and tell us, you were absolutely right. What you said, now what should we do? And then I ask them this very simple question: why did you take science? And they will tell you that science we took because after taking science, you get a larger scope for careers. If you study science, then you can do anything else, go into any direction. Sure, yeah, why not? That is primarily because universities have decided that this particular area is going to be this particular subject. If you want to, pursue in college, then you need to have these subjects in your high school. If you want to pursue medicine, biology. If you want to pursue engineering, PCM. If you want to pursue economics, you need to have higher maths, and so on and so forth. Based on that, we make these decisions in our high school. Why are you making decisions like this, which end up telling you that what you've done is not right? You end up changing your mind anyhow. It is based on external information. It is not based on something which you have natural talents for. It is based on what other sources of information are telling you. So the first sphere of understanding is the external information, and I call this sphere outside. The next sphere of understanding is knowing yourself, and I call that inside. Unless and until you know what you are made for, there is no point absorbing information from outside, because you might know that, oh, if I go into e-commerce and do drop shipping and buy t-shirts from China and sell it in Europe, I can make a lot of money. Great. But are you somebody who can actually manage that e-commerce business? Are you naturally gifted for it? Will you enjoy doing it? Which part of that business will you enjoy doing? Now, that is something which only comes from inside. And is it possible to know yourself? It's absolutely possible to know yourself based on very robust psychometric assessments, but not just assessments, because assessments ke baad mein you will get a report, and understanding the report is not very easy. You need detailed counseling. Based on that, you will know yourself, you will know which direction to go into, and you will be confidently going into that direction. A lot of you have probably taken counseling. A lot of you have heard a lot of stories from other people. But are you confident in your decision making? My question is to all of you who have done that. If you're not confident, why are you not confident? Because somewhere, for some of you at least, who are more self-aware, somewhere deep down, you will know that I am doing this, but I'm not very sure whether this is a good fit for me. Because nobody knows you better than you do. Probably your mom knows you better than you do, but nobody else. So what comprises you? What are your constituents? That is the inside. That is the second sphere of understanding, knowing yourself. Once you know yourself, we, in fact, in my practice, we call this step 0. Before you go and do and take any step for any particular career, like I want to be a footballer. Okay, this is step 1, step 2, step 3. But do you know should you be a professional footballer, or should you continue it as a passion on the side? Should you become a coach or a talent management in get into talent management in football? Should you become an analyst for sports? Should you become a sports psychologist? Should you become a physiotherapist? If football is your passion, you want to be around football, that's okay. But what should you do in the world of football? That is what is needed, and that is the step 0. So if you don't know yourself, absorbing information from outside is not going to help you, because you're going to make decisions based on other people's experiences and opinions. Those experiences and opinions might not be relevant for you. And the third sphere of understanding, I know I'm going into the professor mode again. I'm really sorry. Let me just finish this, and then we'll talk about the AI Career Counselor. Which sphere is it solving? Is the door. And what it loosely means is mapping opportunities. What is mapping opportunities? Now you know yourself. You understand that, oh, I think I can be a good engineer. Now I know that I have the aptitudes for it. I have the personality for it. I have an interest in everything engineering related. Let me go for it. How will you go for it? That's when you understand that in order to get to the most suitable engineering learning pathway, I need to do these things. If you're in India, if you're in grade 10, and if you wish to study in India, you want to get into the top 100 colleges, which are IITs, NITs, triple ITs, and so on, then you need to take physics, chemistry, maths in 11th, start preparing for JEE, and only then you have a shot at getting into these top places. If you're wishing to go abroad, let's take the example of US, then probably you need to sit for SAT. You need to clear that. Probably you also need to take APs, which is advanced placement college level courses, which give you extra credit, show how sincere you are towards the engineering field, and so on and so forth. Write a very good college essay, make a very good profile for it, convince the colleges that you are the right candidate for them. Do a bunch of projects around engineering or the field that you have chosen. Show that you have an engineering bent of mind. And that is how you get to the most suitable programs for yourself in the US. Now, that entire part is called mapping opportunities, or the door that leads you to success, to happiness, to a good career option. जल्दी से हिंदी में आपको बताऊंगा मैं। एक्सटर्नल एक चीज होती है कि हम करियर डिसीजंस कैसे लेते हैं। करियर कंसल्टिंग आती ही करियर डिसीजंस के बेस पे, जहां पर करियर कंसल्टेंट आपको मदद करता है करियर डिसीजन लेने में। लेकिन करियर डिसीजन बनाए कैसे जाते हैं? करियर डिसीजन बनाए जाते हैं, एक मॉडल है जिसका नाम है स्फीयर्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग, जो मेरा मॉडल है, जो अभी कॉपीराइटेड है। और उस स्फीयर ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग में मैंने स्फीयर का वर्ड यूज किया। स्फीयर जैसे गोला या बॉल, तो क्योंकि वो एक 3 डायमेंशनल तरीका है, एक 2 डायमेंशनल पेपर पे लिखी हुई चीज नहीं है। वो हर जगह से, चारों तरफ से, हर ओर से आपके पास इंफॉर्मेशन लेके आता है। और हमें सबसे पहले वही समझ आता है कि अच्छा, इसने ये बोला, इसने ये बोला, चाचा जी ने ये बोला, कॉलेज ये बोल रहा है, स्कूल ये बोल रहा है, और उस इंफॉर्मेशन के बेस पे हम डिसीजन लेने की कोशिश जरूर करते हैं, लेकिन कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं। फिर अल्टीमेटली हम मेजॉरिटी हर्ड मेंटालिटी या भेड़ चाल के तरीफ से हम डिसीजन ले लेते हैं, और फिर 1, 2, 3 साल, 4 साल बाद पछताते जरूर हैं। मेरे को 7 साल लगे थे इंजीनियरिंग छोड़ने के लिए। क्यों? क्योंकि एक्सटर्नल इंफॉर्मेशन इतनी ज्यादा थी कि मैं डिसीजन ही नहीं ले पा रहा था। अंदर से आवाज आती थी कि ये सही नहीं है जो मेरे साथ हो रहा है, लेकिन एक्सटर्नल इंफॉर्मेशन की वजह से मैं डिसीजन नहीं ले पाता था। ज्यादातर हम में से एक्सटर्नल इंफॉर्मेशन की वजह से ही डिसीजन लेते हैं। लेकिन आपको अगर डिसीजन लेना है, आप तभी ले पाओगे जब आप अपने आप को परखोगे, पहचानोगे, समझोगे, जानोगे, और उसके अनुसार ही किसी भी तरह का कोई भी करियर डिसीजन लोगे। अपने आप को कैसे समझना है? साइकोमेट्रिक टेस्ट है, जो मनोविज्ञान की एक, आप समझ लीजिए, एक ऐसा टूल बनाया है, एक ऐसा हथियार है, या एक ऐसा औजार है जिसके थ्रू हम ये समझ सकते हैं कि आपके एप्टीट्यूड, नेचुरल जो आपके टैलेंट हैं, जो आपको अपने माता पिता, अपनी फैमिली से मिले हैं, कि हाँ, मेरा दिमाग क्रिएटिव है, मैं डिजाइन में बहुत अच्छा हूं, मुझे कलर समझ आते हैं, मैं कोई चीज देख लेता हूं तो उसके बाद मैं उसको वैसा ही बना लेता हूं, या मेरे नंबरों के लिए, मेरे नंबरों से मुझे डर नहीं लगता, या मैं कोई भी नई भाषा सीख लेता हूं, किसी की एक्टिंग बहुत जल्दी कर लेता हूं, बोलने में मैं बहुत तेज तर्रार हूं। ये सारे जो नेचुरल टैलेंट्स हैं आपको, ये हम मेजर कर सकते हैं, हम परख सकते हैं कितना है। वैसे ही आपकी पर्सनालिटी भी देखनी पड़ती है, वैसे ही आपके जो इंटरेस्ट एरिया हैं, जो आपने इतने सालों से एक्सटर्नल इंफॉर्मेशन को यूज कर करके बनाए हैं, उन सबको मेल जोल कर जब उनका जो एक निचोड़ निकलता है, वो एक रिपोर्ट के समाधान से निकलता है। उस रिपोर्ट में जब आप जाएं तो आप समझेंगे कि मैं क्या हूं, मेरा दिमाग किस तरीके से चलता है, और किस डायरेक्शन में जाने से मुझे फायदा होगा। एक चीज आपको बताऊं, करियर्स ज्यादातर दिमाग का खेल है, क्योंकि हम डिसीजन यहां से ले रहे हैं। तो जब तक आप खुद को नहीं पहचानेंगे, बाहर की इंफॉर्मेशन से कुछ नहीं होने वाला। आजकल के बच्चे परेशान ही इसलिए हैं। तो अब खुद को पहचानने के लिए तो करियर काउंसलर के पास जाना पड़ेगा। और अगर आपने अपने आप को पहचान लिया और फिर बाहर की इंफॉर्मेशन को देख लिया, दोनों को समझ आया कि हाँ, ये मेरे लिए बना है, ये मेरे लिए नहीं बना है, तब आपको उसके लिए काम करना पड़ता है, जो हमें तीसरा जो स्फीयर है हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग का, उसकी तरफ लेके जाता है, जिसका नाम है द डोर। द डोर का मतलब है कि वो दरवाजा जिसके वजह से, जिसके लिए आप तैयार हैं आप उस दरवाजे को खोलने के लिए, क्योंकि जो भी सफलता है वो दरवाजे के उस पार आपका वेट कर रही है। तो उसको हम कहते हैं द डोर या मैपिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज, कि अगर मुझे समझ आ गया कि मुझे मनोवैज्ञानिक बनना है, मुझे साइकोलॉजिस्ट बनना है, तो फिर मुझे कौन कौन से सब्जेक्ट लेने चाहिए अपने हाई स्कूल में, 11वीं 12वीं में क्या पढ़ना चाहिए, किस तरह का काम करना चाहिए, किस तरह की यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोग्राम में मुझे जाना है, उस यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोग्राम में जाने के लिए कोई एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन है क्या, उस एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन में क्या पूछा जाता है, उसके लिए क्या पढ़ाई करनी है, कैसे पढ़ना है, वो सारी चीजें, वो पूरी कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री जो है इंडिया की, जो पूरी ट्यूशन इंडस्ट्री है इंडिया की, जो पूरे गाइडेंस काउंसलर हैं, स्टडी अब्रॉड के कंसल्टेंट हैं, वो सब बैठे हुए हैं, उन्होंने काफी एक्सपीरियंस लेके ये बनाई हुई है चीज कि आपको बता सकेंगे कैसे करना है। लेकिन जब भी आप किसी काउंसलर के पास जाते भी हैं, तो सबसे पहले उनका क्वेश्चन यही होता है ना कि आप क्या करना चाहते हैं। अरे वही तो नहीं पता, वो है स्टेप जीरो। अब स्टेप जीरो टेक्नोलॉजी आपको अभी तो नहीं बता सकती, हालांकि हम उस पर काम कर रहे हैं। तो अब बात करते हैं हमारे करियर काउंसलर की, हमारे एआई करियर काउंसलर की। अब मैं अपनी स्क्रीन शेयर करके थोड़ा आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन दूंगा कि जो हमारा एआई करियर काउंसलर है वो दिखता कैसे है और काम कैसे करता है। तो मुझे एक सेकंड दें। करियर काउंसलिंग का सबसे पहले तो मुझे लिंक शेयर करना है चैट बॉक्स में, जहां पर सभी लोग इसका प्रयोग कर पाए। जी हाँ, एक सेकंड। और ये यहाँ पर मैंने लिंक भी शेयर कर दिया है। हमारे एआई करियर काउंसलर का नाम है careerchoice.pro। Now, viewers, we are going to do a live demo of the AI Career Counselor. It is called careerchoice.pro. I've put the link in the YouTube chat box as well. You can definitely refer to that. Let me quickly share my screen and show what we have made. And we urge you all to try it out, give us your feedback, because it's a work in progress. Technology is always a work in progress. That is the beauty of technology. अभी मैंने आपको बताया था कि जो हमारे स्फेयर्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, द स्फेयर्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट वी हैव, द स्फेयर दैट वी हैव ट्राइड सॉल्विंग यूजिंग द एआई करियर काउंसलर, we have not solved everything about career counseling here. We have solved the external information. We are trying to solve how can you get the best possible information for yourself using this AI career counselor without getting drowned in Google searches, in YouTube searches, without getting drowned in career influencers and their opinions. When you click on careerchoice.pro, it will ask you to log on. If you have not logged in already, then I will request that you please sign up. Please use any of your email IDs, put your name over there. We are not going to send you any spam emails. This exercise is not to gather your data and punish you later for it. That is not the model that we are going for. In fact, this is a good place to talk about it. We are extremely conscious of ethics for using data and for using AI. I work with a few organizations, and in the next coming months, you will see that what kind of work we are trying to do over there. We do not use or misuse the data that is generated from when you use this. Now, once you log in, it will send you a small message that yes, your login is successful or something on those lines. Then what you will see is you will see this screen. It says Career Choice Pro on the left. There is your login, logout button, and then there is your name, which is displayed. So as you can see, it is Saurabh over here. Then you quickly enter any country. So you can see that I've done some searches on this, and my browser remembers because I've put that setting over there. So I can choose any country. Let me go ahead with India first. And there are two ways to use this career counselor. If you know exactly what you want to ask, you know exactly what information you need, directly put that question here. So I had talked about engineering a little bit. I had talked about a psychologist a little bit. So let me start with psychologist, right? How to become a psychologist in India? All right, this is one way of asking English. Let me try another way. Yeah, let me just show you this first. And once you ask your question, just press enter. Now, the AI counselor, if you ask the same question in any other large language model generative AI like ChatGPT, then it will directly give you the answer. But what we have tried to do is we have tried to make this more human, more empathetic, rather than just giving you information, just pushing information down your throat, because that might not help you. That you might already have absorbed. So the counselor says, that's a great career choice. To become a psychologist in India, you need to follow a specific educational and professional path. Can you tell me more about your interest in psychology and what you want to pursue, why you want to pursue this career? So, is tarah ka question, a question like this will probably be asked by a human counselor. तो हमने यही किया कि हम मशीन ना बना के इसको जितना हम मनुष्य के पास लेके आए, जितना हमारा जो एक नॉर्मल व्यवहार होता है इंसानों का एक दूसरे से बातचीत करने के समय, वार्तालाप करने के समय, उसी तरह की एक कॉन्वर्सेशन, उसी तरह की बातचीत यहाँ पर हो, हमने उसके लिए ट्राई किया है. इनफैक्ट कल एक 12 साल की लड़की से बात भी हो रही थी और उसने बोला कि ये एआई इतना इंसानों की तरह क्यों बात कर रहा है. So yesterday we had a conversation with a very smart 12-year-old girl, and she said, my problem with this is actually talking like humans. And I said, yeah, that's what we designed it for. So the job of this AI career counselor is to keep on helping you improve your own questions. That's a great career choice. To become a psychologist in India, you need to follow a specific educational and professional path. Can you tell me more about your interest in psychology and why you want to pursue this career? I want to help people. Yeah. That's wonderful motivation. Helping people is a noble goal in order to become a psychologist and effectively help people. So dekho, what you can see over here is it remembers the first question that you wanted to be a psychologist. Then you said, I want to help people. So it is combining both of them. That is what AI is. You will need to acquire the necessary skills and education. Let's assess your skills and interest levels to determine if this career is a good fit for you. Okay? तो आपका भी skills और interest के बारे में पूछा जाएगा. I will ask you a series of questions and please answer them as honestly as possible. Are you ready? Yes. Great. Here's the first question. Have you ever taken any psychology courses or participated in activities related to psychology, such as workshops or seminars? Now, a lot of you students who have guidance counselors in schools, they use similar language. But as you know, India is a big country. Our schools are extremely big. I think the world's biggest school is CMS in Lucknow with thousands and thousands and thousands of students. How many counselors do we need? So Mindler, which is an organization again working in career counseling, they came up with a statistic a few years ago that India needs around 15 lakh career counselors. That means not everyone can talk to the career counselor again and again, but this is a career counselor. This is a guidance counselor which is in your pocket, in your phone. भारत में कुछ 15 लाख काउंसलर्स की नीड है, रिक्वायरमेंट है, और काफी स्कूल्स में तो है भी नहीं. तो ये सब उन्हीं स्कूल के बच्चों के लिए बनाया गया है कि अब आपके पास अगर फोन है, कंप्यूटर है, इंटरनेट है, तो आप ये सारे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, क्योंकि ये एकदम गाइडेंस काउंसलर की तरह ही उसी तरह आपसे बात करेगा. So question is, have you ever taken any psychology courses or participated in activities related to psychology, such as workshops or seminars? No, but I have seen videos. क्योंकि इंडिया में ज्यादा इतना साइकोलॉजी के लिए स्कूल लेवल पे बहुत कम काम होता है. अगेन, कुछ स्कूल्स हैं जो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जब मैं भारत की बात करता हूं, मैं पूरे भारत की बात करता हूं. जब मैं यूथ की बात करता हूं तो मैं बात कर रहा हूं 15 से 24 साल की उम्र में कुछ 24 करोड़ लोग हैं अभी इंडिया में, 235 मिलियन अगर बात करें एग्जैक्टली, तो मैं उनकी बात कर रहा हूं. और हर किसी के पास बहुत अच्छा स्कूल या बहुत अच्छा गाइडेंस काउंसलर नहीं है. यही प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए इसको बनाया गया है. That's good to know. Watching videos can provide you with some basic knowledge and exposure to the field of psychology. Now let's move on to the next question. Are you a good listener and empathetic towards others? Yes. क्या आप एक अच्छे, आप दूसरों को सुनते हैं अच्छी तरीके से, और क्या आप दूसरों की तरफ, अब हिंदी का वाला वर्ड याद नहीं आ रहा एम्पैथी के लिए मुझे, संवेदनशील हैं, मतलब आप सेंसिटिव हैं दूसरों के लिए, जब वो कुछ बोल रहे हैं तो आप उनकी भावनाओं को समझ सकते हैं। तो फिर ये क्वेश्चन था और उसका मैंने जवाब दिया हाँ। That's wonderful. Being a good listener and having empathy are crucial skills for a psychologist. Let's proceed to the next question. Do you enjoy analyzing and interpreting data or research findings? ये तो बहुत ही बड़ा क्वेश्चन हो गया, ये तो मुझे समझ ही नहीं आया, इसका क्या मतलब होता है? I didn't understand. यही बोलोगे ना अगर सामने कोई आपके काउंसलर होगा और वो पूछे कि आपको एनालाइज करना आता है डेटा। अब मैं 8वीं कक्षा में पढ़ रहा हूं, मुझे क्या पता कि एनालिसिस क्या होता है डेटा का, तो मैंने लिख दिया कि मुझे तो समझ नहीं आया। तो फिर वो क्या कर रहा है, वो समझा रहा है, एनालाइजिंग एंड इंटरप्रेटिंग डेटा और रिसर्च फाइंडिंग मीन्स दैट यू एंजॉय लुकिंग एट इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ड्रॉइंग कंक्लूजन्स फ्रॉम इट। मतलब कि आप इंफॉर्मेशन को देखते हो और उसमें से कुछ कुछ समझ के, जो भी आपकी समझ के अकॉर्डिंग आपको समझ आता है वो आप निकालते हो, वो निचोड़ निकालते हो, वो तथ्य निकालते हो और फिर उसका प्रयोग करते हो अपने कार्य में। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन साइकोलॉजी रिसर्चर्स ऑफन कलेक्ट डेटा थ्रू सर्वेज और एक्सपेरिमेंट्स एंड देन एनालाइज द डेटा टू लर्न मोर अबाउट ह्यूमन बिहेवियर। So the question is, do you enjoy looking at information and drawing conclusion from it? तो फिर उसने एग्जाम्पल देके भी समझाया है। उदाहरण के तौर पे मनोविज्ञान में जितने भी रिसर्चर हैं वो क्या करेंगे, वो डेटा कलेक्ट करते हैं, लोगों से सर्वे लेते हैं और सर्वे में उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, उनके जो भी उनके जवाब हैं उनको कलेक्ट करके समझने की कोशिश की जाती है, एक्सपेरिमेंट किए जाते हैं और फिर वो जब समझ आता है तो उसके बेस पर उसके उसके अनुसार ही कुछ थ्योरीज बनाई जाती हैं, कुछ किताबें लिखी जाती हैं, कुछ नए टेस्ट बनाए जाते हैं, प्रोग्राम लिखे जाते हैं एंड सो ऑन। तो क्या आपको इस तरह का काम करने में मजा आएगा? आई डोंट नो। मैं तो 8वीं कक्षा का एक बच्चा हूं, मुझे क्या पता। That's all right. It's completely normal to have a clear answer to every question. Let's move on to next question. Do you enjoy working with people and helping them overcome challenges or improving their mental being? कहता ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, अभी छोड़ो, आप मेरे को ये बताओ कि आप इंसानों के साथ काम करके आपको मजा आता है और उनकी अगर मानसिक स्थिति को हम को इम्प्रूव करने में कुछ भी मदद कर सके तो उसमें आपको अच्छा लगेगा? यस। That's wonderful to hear. Enjoying working with people and helping them is a key aspect of being a psychologist. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है मनोवैज्ञानिक बनने के लिए। जो हमारा आखिरी प्रश्न रहेगा वो ये है कि क्या आप हायर एजुकेशन, कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल की एजुकेशन करना चाहेंगे साइकोलॉजी में और डिग्री लेना चाहेंगे? उसके लिए आप रेडी हैं? आई थिंक सो, मुझे ऐसा लगता है। अब मैं तो 8वीं कक्षा का बच्चा हूं, मुझे कितना पता होगा। दैट्स अ गुड माइंडसेट टू हैव। परसुइंग हायर एजुकेशन। तो अब वो क्या कर रहा है, अब आपसे कुछ प्रश्न आपसे पूछने के बाद अब आपको वो कुछ बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन देने के लायक हो गया है कि आपको डायरेक्टली नहीं बता दिया कि वहां जाओ दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से बीए कर लो, एमए कर लो और बन गए तुम साइकोलॉजिस्ट। नहीं, उसने अब आपको सब कुछ बताया कि क्या काम है। पहले उसने बताया कि साइकोलॉजी में सही करियर बनाने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा, आपको रिसर्च करनी पड़ेगी, पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी। फिर उसने बताया कि साइकोलॉजी डिग्री के बाद आप हॉस्पिटल, क्लिनिक, स्कूल, काउंसलिंग सेंटर, रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन, प्राइवेट प्रैक्टिस, इन सारी जगहों पे काम कर सकते हैं। किस टाइप के जॉब मिलेंगी आपको? साइकोलॉजिस्ट, काउंसलिंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट, स्कूल साइकोलॉजिस्ट, इंडस्ट्रियल ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल साइकोलॉजिस्ट, रिसर्च साइकोलॉजिस्ट। अब उसने आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दी है। अब अगर आपको ये नहीं समझ आया कि इंडस्ट्रियल ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल साइकोलॉजिस्ट क्या करता है, तो आप इसको यहीं से कॉपी करो और दोबारा अगली बार क्वेश्चन पूछ लेना। इसको पहले खत्म करते हैं। यू कैन परसू बैचलर्स डिग्री, बीए, बीएससी कर सकते हो, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी है, मुंबई है, क्राइस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी है। फिर आप एमए कर सकते हो, एमएससी कर सकते हो, जैसे कि टिस, कलकत्ता यूनिवर्सिटी, जामिया मिलिया। हाँ, ये सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज बहुत ही हाई रैंक यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, इंडिया की टॉप यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं। अब वो ये एग्जाम्पल आपको क्यों दे रहा है, क्योंकि जब तक आप टॉप यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं समझेंगे कि क्या करवा रही है, तो आप बाकी यूनिवर्सिटीज को जज नहीं कर सकते, है ना। तो इसीलिए हमने उसको बोला, क्योंकि देखिए देने को तो इस 50,000 पेज बना के दे दें, लेकिन आप वो 50,000 पेज थोड़ी पढ़ोगे, आपको हम बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन देना चाहते हैं अभी। पर हम इस पे काम कर रहे हैं कि और भी कैसे इस इंफॉर्मेशन को इम्प्रूव किया जाए, और आपका फीडबैक इसमें बहुत ज्यादा अनिवार्य है. वी नीड योर फीडबैक टू इम्प्रूव दिस. यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दिल्ली कंडक्ट्स DUET फॉर एडमिशन इनटू साइकोलॉजी प्रोग्राम्स. तो अभी ये DUET आप कह रहे हो, ये जो है CUET के लाइन पे बनाया गया है. CUET क्या है वो भी पूछ सकते हो क्वेश्चन. इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू फेमिलियराइज योरसेल्फ विद एग्जाम पैटर्न. तो टेस्ट एग्जाम, अब देखो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम क्या है उसको समझना पड़ेगा. कैसे करोगे, स्टडी मटेरियल, मॉक क्वेश्चन, ये वो आपको बता दिया. इसमें डिटेल में क्वेश्चन पूछना, पूछ लो. इन टर्म्स ऑफ एडिशनल स्किल, साइकोलॉजिस्ट क्या कर रहा है, कम्युनिकेशन और इंटरप्रिटेशन स्किल दे रहा है. आपको पास होने चाहिए. लिसनिंग, एम्पैथी, संवेदनशील होना, रैपो बनाना, मतलब कि किसी से कनेक्शन बनाना, एक अच्छा स्किल है थेरेपी देने के लिए. क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग चाहिए, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग चाहिए, रिसर्च स्किल भी चाहिए. तो साइकोलॉजी खाली यही नहीं है लोगों की बातें सुनना, उसमें बहुत सारी और चीजें होती हैं जो आपको अभी बताया जा रहा है. फिर वो कह रहे हैं कि आपको ये भी समझना है कि अगर इंडिया में लाइसेंस साइकोलॉजिस्ट बनना है, कि कोई आप बोल सको हाँ मैं साइकोलॉजिस्ट हूं, तब आपको और पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी. और एक PhD या MPhil, अभी वैसे इंडिया में MPhil खत्म हो गई है, लेकिन PhD आपको करनी पड़ेगी. और उसके बाद फिर आप एक प्रैक्टिस में सुपरवाइज इंटर्नशिप, मतलब कि कोई ऑलरेडी साइकोलॉजिस्ट है उनके साथ जाके काम करेंगे, समझेंगे, तो आप अच्छे साइकोलॉजिस्ट बनेंगे. तो आप देख रहे हैं उसने स्टेप बाय स्टेप आपको सब कुछ बताया कि सबसे पहले क्या होता है साइकोलॉजी, उसके बाद कौन कौन सी नौकरियां मिलती हैं. इंडिया में बनने के लिए आपको कॉलेज लेवल से साइकोलॉजी की जर्नी स्टार्ट होगी आपकी. प्राइमरीली एंट्रेंस एग्जाम देना पड़ेगा, एंट्रेंस के लिए पढ़ाई करनी पड़ेगी. पढ़ाई करने के बाद आपको और भी स्किल बनाने पड़ेंगे, क्योंकि ये नहीं कि कॉलेज की डिग्री मिल गई और करियर बन गया. अगर ऐसा होता तो इंडिया जो सबसे ज्यादा इंजीनियर बना रहा है, तो ये ओपन AI इंडिया में बनना चाहिए था ना, पर हुआ नहीं ऐसा. तो खाली कॉलेज डिग्री से कुछ नहीं होता, आपको स्किल भी लेने पड़ेंगे. कौन से स्किल्स हैं जी, ये सारे स्किल्स हैं. और आप देखोगे इसमें कोई भी टेक्निकल स्किल नहीं है. Active listening, empathy, they are not technical skills at all. Critical thinking, problem solving, not technical. They are thinking skills, human mind. And these are also called 21st century skills. Then, उसके बाद उसने और भी बता दिया कि आपको PhD करनी पड़ेगी, तभी किसी किसी एक मतलब रिकग्नाइज साइकोलॉजिस्ट बनोगे, नहीं तो नहीं. अब मैंने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था, व्हाट डज इंडस्ट्रियल साइकोलॉजिस्ट डू. मुझे ये समझ नहीं आया था, तो मैंने इसका क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया. सो एक तरीका क्या था कि आप क्वेश्चन पूछें और फिर AI आपसे थोड़े से और प्रश्न पूछेगा. इट विल आस्क यू सम मोर क्वेश्चंस एंड देन बेस्ड ऑन दोज आंसर्स दैट यू गिव, it will be able to give you good guidance. Now, you will see this is only providing external information to you, but at the same place, in one place. And you can keep on going in detail. आप एक क्वेश्चन के अंदर और डिटेल में जा सकते हैं. But it is not telling you whether this is good for you or not, that you should definitely follow it or not, because that is knowing yourself, inside information. You will have to work harder for that. But we are working on it actually. We are the next version of this. Once we are able to raise some funds, जब हमें थोड़ी फंडिंग वगैरह मिलेगी, तो हम जो सेकंड स्फीयर है knowing yourself, वो हम इसी में इंटीग्रेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. थर्ड स्फीयर है मैपिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज, कि अब मेरे को अपने आप के बारे में पता चल गया, बाहर की चीजों के बारे में पता चल गया, तो उस तरफ जाना कैसे है और मेरे लिए क्या रास्ता बेस्ट रहेगा. हाउ विल आई रीच देयर एंड व्हाट इज द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे फॉर मी टू रीच देयर. दैट वी आर आल्सो इंटीग्रेटिंग इन दिस. And then for all those experienced people in life, not just students, we have another sphere of understanding that probably can be discussed in another live stream later on. We are going to integrate that also. That is the journey that we have chosen. So दूसरा तरीका क्या है, what is the second way? You directly have a question, specific information you want. What does industrial organizational psychologist do? Then you directly ask that question and it will give you a very easy to understand information, which you will take some time to find on Google, right? And it will tell you what do. They do this employee selection, recruitment, training and development, performance evaluation and feedback, organizational development. So it gives you 7-8 points on that. And towards the end, again, it becomes empathetic. It is not a machine. If you have any more questions, would like to know more about specific aspects of industrial organizational psychology, feel free to ask. All right. That is the second way. If you have a direct question, do ask, and it will give you a direct answer without being very nice and friendly. But towards the end, it knows that it is acting as a counselor, so it will include that human element also. All right, so this is more or less it. Let me just quickly check YouTube if there are some questions. All right, somebody is asking a question. Hi, does the AI target particular age or education level? Right, Leah. So it doesn't really target a particular age or education level, although we have tried to focus more on high school students in the current version. But if you do ask questions, because there are a lot of people in my network who have asked questions when they are 40, 45, 50 years old, and they want to do a particular complex career decision, like getting into consultancy with governments, or getting into public policy and public administration after having 20 years of experience in a particular field. They have asked these questions, and the AI has been able to answer them very correctly. The AI has been able to give them very accurate information based on the country that they come from, what kind of certifications are available, what kind of upskilling opportunities are there, what kind of college education is available, and so on. So thank you so much for that question, Leah. I hope I could answer that. There are a few other things that I wanted to talk about. You need to understand that career decision making is a 21st century skill. In fact, my team and we are currently working on creating scholarly content around that fact. Because there is so much overstimulation, because of the information available to us, it's very difficult for young people today to be able to make the right career decisions. It's always difficult to make right career decisions. There are no right or wrong career decisions per se as well. But you can always choose a career decision which is more appropriate for you as compared to others. But it is becoming increasingly difficult for young people to make such decisions, especially in the emerging markets like India, like countries in Africa, Southeast Asia, and so on. Within our country also, there are children who have access to good quality counselors, good quality schools, and they have that ecosystem which helps them make good decisions, which helps them experiment, which helps them come up with newer ideas and pursue them, and so on and so forth. But majority of the students in India, more than 95%, don't have access to these. Probably the number is much higher. Even if there is some access available, you don't know whether the quality of guidance provided is good or not. Because I have personally seen many cases where there was absolutely wrong guidance provided to children. And they actually lost trust in career consulting after that completely. Now, the potential reach for this, one of the motivating factors for me was that even if I'm not able to reach out to students and give them the answer for what should they be doing, at least we can provide the right information. That is why the LLM approach to this. Potential reach millions of students. When will we reach it? We don't know. Will we reach it sooner or later? We don't know. Will it be beneficial for everyone? We don't know yet. But what I can tell you for sure is we are working on various other things. We are working on including various languages. Even now, what you can do is, if you're not comfortable with English, because most of us are not comfortable with English who come from non-native English speaking countries, please use Google Translate. Whatever you want to ask, you translate that into your language and put it in the counselor, and the counselor gives you answer in that language. I recently had a Japanese client from Okinawa, and they're testing it out in Okinawa, asking questions in Japanese in Nihongo, and they're typing in Japanese. The AI is giving them answers in Japanese. So you can try that also. If you ask questions in Hindi, it does answer in Hindi. If you ask questions in Bengali, it gives you answer in Bengali. So please don't feel that you might not be able to use this just because English is a problem. It's not a problem for you. You can use your own language. At least the top 10 Indian languages, can be easily used because Google Translate also is available for them. But we are working on more in order to include language better. What else are we working on? We are working on providing good references for which certifications, which college programs, which higher education possibilities are available, which fellowships are available, and so on. We want to provide that information to you as well. We are also working on something very important, very close to our heart. As I said, we are extremely conscious of the ethics behind all of this. We are trying to create a model where the AI, it will be part of the AI counselor only. The AI will be able to tell you whether certain content that you have seen or listened to or read is good content for making career decisions or not. For example, if you see something on Instagram, some very attractive person dancing around, telling you what to do in life, is that good content for you to follow or not? I'm not saying everyone who's attractive and dances on Instagram is an idiot. No, they're not. But a lot of them are. And we need to be careful because they will always make content because they are, well, they're kind of leeching on to your vulnerability because you want to know, you're looking for content, and they will make content which will become popular. So more people will, read that or listen to that content, and then they will get money because of that. So we are creating a model, we are creating an app wherein you can put the link of a particular content, and the AI will tell you whether it is a good piece of content for you to use in order to make good career decisions or not. हम एक ऐसी चीज बना रहे हैं, ऐप के अंदर ही एक ऐसा भाग होगा जिसके अंदर आपने कोई ब्लॉग पढ़ा, कोई वीडियो देखा, कोई इंस्टाग्राम पे किसी इन्फ्लुएंसर को फॉलो किया, आपने अगर वहां से कोई भी लिंक उठाया और आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि ये जो इंसान बोल रहा है ये मेरे लिए काम का है कि नहीं, या ये बात भी जो कर रहा है वो सही भी है कि नहीं, तो हम एक ऐसा मॉड्यूल बना रहे हैं जिसमें आप वो लिंक डाल सकेंगे। लिंक को जैसे ही लगाएंगे, एआई आपको बताएगा कि आपके करियर के लिए शायद ये ठीक नहीं है या शायद ये ठीक है। हम एक ऐसा भी बना रहे हैं क्योंकि अगेन एआई है, मशीन है, कंप्यूटर है। पूरा टाइम जब आप क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं तो मैं नहीं देख रहा हूं, मेरी टीम नहीं देख रही है वो क्वेश्चन। अल्टीमेटली क्वेश्चन का आंसर एआई ही कर रहा है। तो एआई को भी समझ आना चाहिए आप क्या क्या देख के आए हैं, क्या कहां से अपनी ये इंफॉर्मेशन लेके आए हैं। और क्या चीजें हम डाल रहे हैं इसके अंदर, एक चीज जो हम डालने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो है कि जो करियर डिसीजन मेकिंग मॉडल आपको बताया है उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको गाइडेंस दी जाए। अभी हमने खाली एक्सटर्नल इंफॉर्मेशन या फिर आउटसाइड स्फेयर ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग, और इसके लिए आप मेरा टेड टॉक भी देख सकते हैं, वहां पर आपको शायद थोड़ा ज्यादा समझ आएगा। मैंने अभी दिखाया तो आप इस वीडियो को दोबारा भी देख सकेंगे। वहां से हम निकालेंगे कि वहां से हम आपको ये बता पाएंगे कि बाहर तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन एग्जिस्ट करती है। अब जैसे मैंने साइकोलॉजिस्ट का एग्जांपल दिया था कि मनोवैज्ञानिक कैसे बनना है भारत में, तो फिर उसके अनुसार तो उसने आपको बता दिया कि ये चीजें तो मिनिमम करनी पड़ेंगी। अब आप हर एक चीज के बारे में और क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहते हैं, पूछते रहें तो आपको और बताएगा। लेकिन क्या वहां तक बात हो जाती है, उससे फिर काम हो जाएगा? नहीं होगा काम, क्योंकि आपको अभी भी ये नहीं समझ आया ना कि मुझे मनोवैज्ञानिक बनना चाहिए कि नहीं। तो जब एआई को ये समझ आने लग जाएगा कि अब आपको इंफॉर्मेशन तो मिल गई, लेकिन अगला स्टेप, अगला क्वेश्चन पूछने में परेशानी आ रही है, प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, नहीं समझ आ रहा है, तो एआई अपने आप आपको हेल्प करेगा और क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए, आपको हेल्प करेगा अपने आप को समझने के लिए। यहीं पर हम टेस्ट्स को इंटीग्रेट किया करेंगे। ये कुछ महीनों की बाद की बात है, लेकिन हाँ उस पर काम चल रहा है। और वहीं से आपका उसी टाइम, रियल टाइम में आपको आंसर मिल जाया करेगा, जिसकी वजह से आप ये समझ पाएंगे कि हाँ अब यहीं जाना है। तो आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस से अपने आगे डिसीजंस ले पाएंगे। मेरी अनुमति है आप सबसे, इट्स अ रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम माय साइड टू ऑल ऑफ यू who are listening to this. Thank you so much, first of all, joining us. Please share it with other people. Please try this counselor. Tell us what you think of it. Tell us where it failed. In fact, if you want to break it, please break it. We love people who tell us critical feedback. There have been young students who have told us, no, this is not working, this is not right, this is factually incorrect, this is not correct. And we love that feedback, because then we knew, oh, okay, all right, we need to change this. As I said, we're trying to solve this problem for hundreds of millions of young people across the world, and we can't do it alone. Even claiming the fact, yes, I can make it, I know everything about it, no, this is something that we are all doing together. This is something that we are in this together. One of the motivations of my life and why I started my podcast called Such Conversations Matter is because I saw that most people don't even have access to information. That is why the tagline of my podcast is one of the taglines is the future we should have, where everyone is included and everyone has access. But also the second tagline is democratizing the access to information. I did a good long 2.5 hour conversation with my friends on that as well. You can definitely check that out on my podcast. It's on the same YouTube channel, by the way. The other thing is, we want to solve the information crisis that is happening related to career decisions. You're consuming a lot of content. Most of it is bad for you. Most of it is irrelevant, harmful, doesn't give you anything. This is an attempt to solve that. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure interacting with you all. And if you think this was a good session, I can do more live streams in the future. And I hopefully by that time we'll have figured out how the Zoom and YouTube live stream work and why it was not working today. Thank you so much. Take care.